first chill season was a fun time. We got X battles, that functions, I think. They added brine water springs. But I think the most infamous part of that update were the new main weapons, all of which were disasters. The Big Swig lacked any real killing potential and is now just some niche weapon that I think people only like out of pity. Cooler wasn't important to the meta at the time, and Snipe Rider needed 2 shots to kill instead of just 1, so it was pretty much pointless compared to other chargers. Though they kinda did a complete 180 with the weapon's problems. And Splattershot Nova. What now?
Splattershot Nova? Holy crap!
Are there Nova fans? I see a good amount of big swigs, way more than you'd expect for what it is. Snipe Rider. Most bad weapons get used because someone likes it. Most of them are at least unique. But Nova, it's a shooter. It's nothing insane, and the stats do not help it. Doing 24 damage per shot. Do I need to say more? I think that might be enough. It's 1 damage short of being a 4-shot. That's just sad. 5 shots to kill is a lot with how fast the kill times are in this game, and the accuracy only makes it worse. If a weapon can feel inconsistent against the training dummies, how? You cannot consistently land 5 shots in a row with this thing. Even when playing up close so deviation matters less, it often feels like you just can't land the last shot. It used to be even worse. When this thing came out, before anyone even knew how to move, it always felt like the last shot would go off in some random direction. And even with both of these, the fire rate isn't even good. Okay, actually the fire rate itself isn't that bad. It's the same as the normal Splattershot actually. But for the other stats, this is horrible. I want you to think about Aerospray. It's inaccurate as hell, but when you get close, it will consistently hit your enemies. Because despite the spread, Aerospray fires so fast that it doesn't matter. Imagine you're pressing a button. Every time you hit the button, there's a 1% chance that you get a point, and you want to get 5 points as fast as possible. Your odds are horrible, but if you hit the button over and over really fast, it doesn't matter, because you're rolling so many chances that it ends up happening quickly. That's Aerospray. You fire so fast that the RNG doesn't matter. Look at 96, a weapon with a bad fire rate and bad RNG. Let's look at the button again. They've installed some new anti-mash features so you can't just hit the button as fast as possible. But this time you only need 2 points. So you can't roll as fast as possible, but you don't need as many successful rolls. Nova doesn't have either of these advantages. It still needs 5 points, but the odds are still shit and the button has anti-mash. RNG like this makes Nova feel like you can never hit anything. The best way to hit stuff is to get close, but if you get close, your kill time is shit and RNG still fucks you over. The kits are pretty basic too. The vanilla version is mostly just known as the thing you use to spam point sensor, and the Anakai version does have legitimate synergy. Mines are good for planting traps and saving a shot, and Inkjet is just a good special. But that isn't important. The vanilla version is the point sensor spammer. But any weapon with point sensor can do that. People only do it on Nova because the main weapon itself isn't competent enough to go in and fight or actually hold an area. Anakai has a combo and Inkjet, but there are other options for combo playstyles or just Inkjet. Nova is a bad weapon, but there's nothing to set it apart. Clash Blaster is a bad weapon, but it still has the funny big hitbox. The nozzle noses are bad, but it has burst fire for all you weirdos that like that. Nova is the worst bad weapon. Not because it's definitively the least effective, but because what's interesting about a gun that's basically just a worse Splattershot Pro? I'll tell you what it is, it's the funny gun that I did way too well with. With Clash, you can at least blame the fact they were shooting around cover. These guys, they need to face the facts. This piece of crap only works against bad players, and goddamn stampers seem to be meeting that description. Are you happy, Nintendo? Is your matchmaking system happy? You trying to awaken my inner alpha, make me the leader of the fucking pack and carry my team to victory? Because you're making a dangerous enemy right now, and I wouldn't recommend crossing me. You wanna piss me off? Fine. Release third kits now!